Is that just Matt walked in? What's up, Matt? You're in town? Yeah. Awesome. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Justin, for the presentation. And now I'll be talking about Credence Corporation. Actually, I was expected to give a follow-up presentation that what I'm doing, how I'm doing right now in US market. But I thought like, okay, it will be a very dry presentation. There are some experiences which I'm like, I tried something in my bachelor's or throughout my life and it turned out into entrepreneurship and don't know how. So I just thought of like pinpointing some of the things which I have gone through and how that contributed and how I end up here. So my name is Saagar Patil and this is my story about Credence Corporation. So when I was thinking that where should I start, I was thinking of starting from my birth, from my undergrad, the starting point of my company. But then I went and I said like, still there were few things which were missing. So I thought, okay, I should go and start from my birth. And I will not spend a lot of time on it, but still. I was born in India, but this was I was born in a very small town in the north part of Maharashtra, which is a state in India. And 1987, India. I went to a school, Canosa Convent High School, which was a Catholic school for 12 years. And when I was in my school, I spent most of my time doing the extracurricular things. All the extracurricular activities, all the whatever I saw, I went and did. I was also, means the leadership kind of thing came in me because from the school days, I was a cabinet leader that time. We had like different houses, like red, blue, green, yellow, and we have like competitions in amongst those houses. So I got a chance, I became a leader, and from there like it started. Then thinking about like what I'm going to do in my future, I thought like, okay, money and like power, everything is okay, but suppose tomorrow if there is an earthquake, if everything goes away, what is going to be with me if I'm there? So I thought I should have mental strength and physical ability to do something, and I thought I can do something if I go in defense. Like in defense is the right place. If I go in defense, I can be mentally strong, physically strong, and that's what I need. So from my 7th or 8th grade, I had this dream to go in defense and do something. I studied for those exams and I had all this in my mind. I wanted to go in Air Force. I appeared for the entrance exam of National Defense Academy, and there were like 2 million candidates who were for the exam, and only 395 got selected for that batch, and I was among that batch. But it was something called bad luck because we had a different kind of term system where I was studying, and they were not ready to consider because I was not graduating when their batch was starting from my high school. So but with that, like defense was the thing I wanted to go. So I also tried for Armed Force Medical College, I tried for College of Military Engineering, and there were some bad lucks that after the interview I got the letter that you are selected for the interview when the interviews were done. So there was a lot of, and I felt like, okay, now what exactly, means I had planned this for 4 or 5 years in my life that I wanted to go there, and that was like a turning point for me, that what I'm going to do next. And I was interested in automotives and aeronautics, and so I thought, okay, I'll go for engineering. I'll do my aeronautics or automotive engineering. I talked with some of my guide, and they said that I should do mechanical engineering that is better, it will form a base, and if I want to do automotive or aeronautics, I can do it in my masters. So then I, in my development stage in 2005, till this time I was in Dhule, and then I went to a city called Pune to do my undergrad in mechanical engineering. This is the photo of my university, University of Pune. And I took admission in mechanical engineering. I remember the first day of my class when I went there. My classes got cancelled, and I went out and I searched for which is the student organization, active student organization on campus, because I wanted to work and I wanted to do all the extracurricular work, which I always did. So I went and I found an organization which was okay. This is not good. Mechanical Engineering Students Association, and this organization helped me to connect with seniors, juniors, and like work in a team with that. And I did each and everything I could. I skipped all my lunches, worked for the organization. I was like so much dedicated. People renamed me with a name called Mesa. It's the short form, MESA. Everybody called me Mesa. And now also, like some of my undergrad friends called me Mesa. These were some of the events which we took many competitions. In that place, when I was like the president of that organization, I thought that how I can really give value to students by doing activities. So we did like all the technical, cultural, sports, all kind of activities. But this was only limited to my department. And I had this thing in my mind that what if all the departments unite and we make like a event which can go nationally, like we can call people. And then we started, we made a group and we started an event which was called Versatalia. This event was all cultural, technical paper presentation, robotics, sports, each and everything. Like there were 36 kind of competitions. It was a 5-day long event. We planned it and we started it in 2008. We did a lot of activities. We completely, this was my college, and we did. We always took a theme. We thought about this that, okay, we are going to take an event. What different can we do in this event? If we take a social cause, we took Go Green theme for 1 year, and what we did is like we got many saplings and we went on a mountain and we planted it and we took care of that. In 1 year we took child education because the literacy rate in India is low. So we went in some of the schools, or we went outside, we took some workshops for students. So we always had a social thing attached to it. This were like some, I was talking about this, like we went and we did some plantation. If you know Wally, Wally was our mascot for that. This was the team, this was the main team, core team. We had around like 500 volunteers to do this event, and like everybody learned a lot, and automatically like we made a structure like that junior is head of a competition and he has some volunteers from sophomore or freshman year, and automatically they got trained, and like they always thought my senior did this and how I can do something better than him. So we had that kind of structure. Then I was always looking for some new opportunities. Means state level with my department, I did national level with this, and there were going to be games in Pune. It was Commonwealth Youth Games. It's not as big as Olympics, but games were there. I went there, I wanted to volunteer for them. So I was registered as a volunteer. I helped them. Through my training, they saw me and they saw how I can do, and they allocated me a team. They made me a team leader. This was my team. This was the venue for Commonwealth Games. not a very good resolution. I was very close to the people who were organizing this because I got team leader. There was a position for coordinator for the opening ceremony, and they wanted someone. They actually had all the professionals in the coordinator position, but they thought that I can do it. I was like only 19 years that time, and like this was the event, and I was the coordinator of the opening ceremony. Like there were 18 different events, and I was the coordinator of one event. So that was a great experience. So while doing this, I had my future plans. As I had thought, I wanted to do automotive systems, and I wanted to pursue my masters. I studied for the graduate record exam GRE and made applications. I remember I applied in Kettering in December 2008. I got admitted in April 2009, and everything was set. But one thing happened in between. I was going to come here in October for the fall term, and I was going to graduate in 2009 from my undergrads. The final results were going to be out in the month of August. So there was an incident there, swine flu. Do you know about swine flu? Like it was also here. So actually in India it started from the city Pune, and like it was spreading very badly because of the monsoon season we had. Like so there is a lot of, it is very contagious disease. So many people died, and they shut down the city for 1 month. And my results got delayed by 1 month. It was September. I was not able to come here. I got 6 months, and then I thought like, okay, now I had planned this. I have got 6 months. What am I going to do? I didn't want to go for job. Actually, I had a job which I rejected because I was going to come here. So I had a concept in my mind, and it was in my 9th grade when there was a .com bubble. I said like everybody is making website. How they are making website? The web hosting was a very new thing, and I said like, what if like I have some space and I give space to people and they just host the website? Like I don't want to make my website, but I would like people to make website on my server, something like that. And like if you see this, I had designed this logo when I was in 9th grade, and it was Vista Planet that time. But like I didn't register the logo when I was in 9th grade, so when I checked it after 10 years, it was not available. But I wanted the same one, so I made it double N here and set it at like Vista Planet. So on September 30th, I got this company registered, and I thought of like I'll do some web hosting for 6 months, and when I'll go, like at least I will get the annual revenue from the renewals, and like it was just an experiment I wanted to do. And for this I invited all my friends. Because of all these events, I had a very good network of friends. I exactly knew that you're opening the website. Yeah. So where I was. With my friends, I had a very good network. Each task which I gave to someone, someone was an infrastructure secretary, someone was marketing, someone was... So we had a very good wavelength. We knew that what that person can do. And I asked them like, okay, we can do this together, and I'm going to go away in 6 months, and you can continue with this and like add on services and do that. But most of my group was from mechanical. Initially, because of the recession, they said, yeah, that's very good, because they didn't have any other opportunity. They came in and they supported, but as they got jobs, some left, and it was fine. But there were few people who were just there with me because I was doing well, and left me when I was not doing well. So it was a very good filter process for me to see who is with me and who is not with me. So I started with this service, web hosting, and I have a cloud server in California, which gives the best uptime, and I give most of my packages are unlimited space. When I went into market, now I'm coming on Credence, like my background is over, so I will go in detail with this more. With web hosting, I was going to give this space to someone. So I talked to some of my friends who were web developers, who were from computer engineering, like if they wanted, like they can get space from me. When I approached a customer, they said that what can I do with this space? I want the complete website developed. So you find a developer, or like you develop it for me, I don't care. And like that thing triggered me, like okay, so website design development. I actually wanted to design my own website also. So I tried something in Microsoft Publisher. I used front page. I tried many things, and I came up with some good websites. I learned something, some coding stuff, and then I went to the next service, which was website design development. Currently I'm using all these technologies, and my focus was only this, that I want to design a website which will create customers for my customer. It should not be just a web appearance. So this I recruited one employee, which was CS major, and he started developing. I went into market, I got some contracts. Then I thought like, okay, I'm getting a very good profit margin, and then I moved to my first corporate office, which was like not so good, but still it was in the core location in a Pune city. And previously I was doing business just from my home, like wherever I stay. Went to this. Then I thought, okay, now whenever I'm approaching a person, I'm asking that, do you have a website? And when he says he doesn't have a website, then he's my customer. But he says that I'm having a website, then I have to walk away. I said, how I can solve this problem? How I can provide a service to him, which if he has the website also, I can do it. So I did some research how I can do it. And that time Google India was very active, and I got Google certified. So my next question to him was like, do you have a website? And he said yes. Then I asked him like, how much revenue did you generate from your website? How much customers did you really get from your website? And then the answer was like, yeah, some, like I didn't see it in that way. I get some. So I explained him like how we can do the advertisement through Google AdWords. We got Google certified, so we did some B2B portal registration and made like hundreds and thousands for campaign with the keywords for him. And then he thought like, okay, I'm investing into marketing, but my website design is not so good. So he gave me a contract for website designing also. So with this, my I was raising some of my other services also. But during that era, there was a new service in market which was very famous. It was, oh, okay, I'll talk about that. As I already had, like I kept on recruiting people because I was getting more contracts. I went into, as I had a designing team, I also designed some brochures and like whatever designing material, graphic designing was required, because I already had the team for that. And I was saying about this service. This was a corporate and bulk SMS service. In India, we had a database of a city or like a state or complete country of all the numbers, and you can just divide that database by pin code, zip codes. So you can send SMS if a company is coming to Flint and suppose they are launching a product. They can just come to us and like we will send a SMS to each and everyone, like informing about them. It's a very different scenario in US, but in India, like that's a very famous service. So I'm one of the 7 companies in India who got this service. I did a lot of work to get this, but because of this, I was I didn't want to sell my service directly to the customer, because I was having the gateway, I was having a license. I cannot sell like 100,000 or 200,000 SMS. The minimum quantity which I can sell was like 1 million or like 5 million or 10 million SMS to someone. So there was a network which were some of the companies, they were resellers, and right now I have 1600 resellers which are using this service, and they are reselling it to the customer. So this brought a lot of revenue for me. It was profit margin was not that much, but still, as the revenue was flowing in, and if you get like a credit period of 15 to 30 days also, you have a lot of money to play with, and that helped. And then I started with a new service. I was thinking about like Super Bowl, we have IPL in India, which is Indian Premier League. It is for cricket, and YouTube was telecasting live cricket matches. And I thought that how I can get into this market, how I can do it. One of my client came to me and he asked for IP camera thing. Like he was having a construction company and he wanted to install IP camera at different location, and his customer can log in and see what is the development of that site. I tried that, but it didn't work because of the lower bandwidth capacity in India. Like the internet speed is very slow, so you cannot stream data. So that was the big problem. And live streaming, that's why. So I thought like how I can integrate. I have a cloud server. I have this. How I can integrate this and start this service. And I started this, and like I was the first in the market with this, and I got many contracts. And so this was live streaming. Then before coming here, as I was I had a group already of mechanical engineers who were working somewhere, and we had a good network of people in the market. We have worked with some industries for website design development. So we started this CAD services, and right now also we are doing good with this CAD services. I thought while doing business, we should do some social initiative work also, because if the social initiative is attached to your movement, or like I did it in my college days, so it will keep me like motivated, go in group, talk with people. And so I did a workshop for students. Like I gave them free website. I explained them how to use Google AdSense to generate revenue from their website. I took like, now it was a last year data 13, but now it is like around 20-25 workshops which are done. And we were invited from Indian Institute of Technology, which is a very one of the best schools in India for engineering, to deliver the workshop. This were like some of our promotion, and we had some stalls and some of my presentations. This was the team. We sponsored many events. The event which I started, Versadalia, I went and sponsored it after 2 years in 2011. So one day I was sitting in my office because I had deferred. I kept on deferring my admission for masters. Is this it? Like, what is my future? What am I going to do this? Am I going to design website throughout my life, or will I be in this IT services? And I wanted to do something different, and I said like, okay, now this is the point. I should go and like get more exposure. Whatever is running, it was an experiment. Now I should stop here. So, but I didn't want to give up whatever I have made. So I spent 6 months to stabilize everything and see how it can work without me. And now, like all my offices are working without me. I came here. I changed my degree from automotive systems to engineering management, because I thought that okay, I can do well in business. I have a passion for automotive which I can learn, but if I take some business courses, that will be very helpful for my future. That's the area which I want to go now. So I came here, and I started coming to Kettering Entrepreneur Society from last summer. I took guidance from Professor Tavakoli, like how I can start business here. There were like very many problems because I'm an international student here. So I found a person, Don Dawson. He's a good friend of mine, and he also had passion like me to like do something different. And we started Credence USA, Credence Corporation in USA, and got incorporated in October 6th, state of Michigan, and it is as a C corporation. and we did some projects. I think it's because of me I didn't do it properly, so it's not a thing. We got some projects about e-commerce and all that. This was the website, which was Smart Energy Solutions. It's in the west part of the state, and we redesigned the website, and this is how it looks right now. This is our first job in US, which we did. Then we did the website for campus printing here. Then there was, if you were here in Springtown, you know My Life Secret. My Life Secret had a website and they wanted to redesign everything, and this is the new design. Sorry about that. Then this is under development, and other than this, like, we got many marketing. We did some graphic designing work because I was working with campus printing, and he had many people coming in. They wanted the graphic designing stuff done, so I got many graphic designing. I did a couple of live streaming contracts in Paris, Michigan because of Dawn's contact, and I did some web marketing jobs for campus printing as well as for the Smart Energy Solution. And I started my operations from January 2012, though it was registered, but I was like preparing for everything. So till date, this is my overview. Currently, including India and US, I have around 150,000 turnover. It's 125 something, 2025 in India, and rest is US. Total workforce of 35, including me. Vipul is my director of operations. Dawn is director of marketing and sales, and I have one more person in Washington DC. He is working as a regional manager. I'm trying to get some live streaming contract for George Washington University. So this is the current stage. I want to take Credence now. I have a platform set. I have a very good portfolio of what I have done here, and the next stage I want to go is to go into manufacturing or industrial. I have done mechanical engineering. This was just out of interest. So I want to start something, and that's why I want to work somewhere before so I'm in the exposure stage right now. So I thought that this would be more valuable to the society, just showing like what I'm doing now, how many projects I got, and what is my overview. So this was my story. Thank you. Thanks. If you have any questions, I'm here. But before you ask questions, where is Vipul?
He's not there.
Can you call him? Because he has to. We want to discuss, because it's 9 and we want to discuss about this. I'm here. If you have any questions, you come to me and we'll talk.
Let me take a minute before you start.
Okay.
I want to ask the room something. What did you see in his behavior that has created all of this? What's his reason for success, if you're willing to call it success?
Persistence at hard work and just working and working and doing different things, not necessarily for profit, but it ended up being that way.
Did it seem hard?
Yeah.
Was it hard for you? Did it seem hard?
When I'm getting dedicated in something, like I just want the best for it, and I don't see what time I put into it.
I mean, I didn't get the feeling that he was working hard. He was working, obviously, but he wasn't suffering, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what else do you see?
I think what I saw from like an early age is that you just had a constant drive that kept you going, like from the time you went into college, you know, the activities that you got involved with, you put in 100% effort into just whatever you got involved in, you know, with that organization. And then, you know, your companies that you got involved with as well, you didn't stop, you just kept going, and you took the initiative to accomplish what you wanted to do. And I think it's the drive that really makes you stand out.
Lots of curiosity, right?
Yeah, and how can I do it? Not like I
Right.
can't do it.
Right, lots of willingness to
Yeah.
just try stuff.
And I mean, and he's already like accomplished so much, but he's not even done. It's like this is just the beginning.
Yeah, that's the incredible
I
thing.
forgot to put. In every presentation I put, but like I did it just it was over before 15 minutes before I came here, and because I didn't know like what I'm going to put in this presentation, and I was working on it. I always put that this is just the beginning. There's much to explore, and this is just the beginning. At the end of all my presentations.
I see something. You developed a lot of friends and networks, and you kept using them, not in a bad way. I mean, like right now, you were saying, "Hey, I got somebody in Washington." That's a person you know, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty incredible. I just keep filling up. Man, this guy just kept planting seeds everywhere and keeping friends and networks. You know, and that's, by the way, what you guys should do in college before you get out. You will never have such concentration of friends. I keep telling you this. Make friends and stay in touch. Seriously. This is an amazing network you guys have. Once you get out of the, you know, as you go out, your life keeps getting narrower because you get into offices and cubicles and whatever it is you do. You know, it just keeps narrowing. You get wife and kids and stuff. You know that it starts narrowing. This is a good time, so make friends.
And the people who know me here, like when I say sorry to Don and like all the people who are working in US, that I'm not able to devote. I'm devoting only like 1 or 2 hours now, like per week to Credence USA. I'm not at all like, I'm not getting any time right now. But I said like, this is my last term, I want to do KS because if I'm not able to do it, then when I'll do it in my life again. I'm not going for PhD anymore, or I won't be in school. So, student organizations was always where I wanted to be.
That's good, man.
I got a question for you. Congratulations on all this. It's awesome. Your story's a great story to tell. The one thing that, you know, seeing Steve Jobs sitting there, it's the way that he defined what he worked on is more about what he didn't work on. And our stories, mine and yours, are like very like spot on, similar, like eerily. It's like you see the Go Green shirt, like I designed that, and it's like, I mean, it's crazy. But what I found is that you get to a point where people are going to ask you to do things, and you can do them, but you have to say no at some point. And I'd be interested to hear what situations you came up upon, whether it be live streaming or a technology solution, where you had to say that's not where I want myself to go. Even though there's money sitting there and you can take it, it's a distraction to your core services, and you're letting down other clients by routing resources there. Do you come across that, or do you want to be an empire, because that's an option too?
Oh, if I see like something different, if I don't know that technology also, I'll go and like try to learn that live streaming. And I never knew what it is, how that operates, and I did some research. I don't say that I invented something which I can patent, but because of the research I did, I found out a way that how I can do it. I don't know how many people, it is very easy, it is not easy, but they need to see that it was completely into different industry and I applied it into this industry. So I came up with this. Don was talking about like, okay, we can go to radio stations. They wanted to do like audio streaming throughout. I said like, okay, that's not where I want to be. Like, these are my core services right now, and I want to concentrate on this, because if there is a reason to innovate further, like I will do it. But let's first build a base here in US with whatever services we have.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Like, what do you, like, do you ever consider, like, any long-term?
See, my plans, whenever I plan it, like I planned for National Defense Academy, it went away. I planned for like coming here and doing automotive systems, it changed. Now, I have a plan, which I don't know how it is going to work. I want to work with a company where I can get maximum exposure. I'm trying to see a company which is not having its operations in India. So if I work with that company for 2 or 3 years, I can ask them like, okay, we can do it in joint venture, like kind of thing in India. Want to get some maybe into alternative energy or something, I don't know, but I just want to do something which I like. And that was the main thing. Last week when Ready Force came, and I was thinking this, I want to work in a mechanical industry. I have done 4 years of mechanical engineering. I want to work in mechanical. But then I saw this and I said like, fine, but will I be happy there if I go in a big company and they gave me a set of duties which I just have to do and I cannot see outside, then how I'm going to do it? So I felt like startups can be the place where I can really go and do it. I don't see, or I don't consider myself as an entrepreneur because like this is something which was done into, and it was just done. Next, what I want to do is entrepreneurship, like go in a plan and like calculate and go, just not like do experiments. Experimenting will help.
But you're exhibiting a lot of entrepreneurial mindset.
So that's what mindset,
or a behavior, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you're not afraid to try something new. Your curiosity drives you. You know, you're saying alternative energy. I don't know anything about it, but you don't say it as if, oh man, how am I going to learn? And you're open to it. So those are a lot of entrepreneurial behaviors. I think what you're saying is that you like to now become an intentional entrepreneur, right? Like literally build a business. And fine. And you will someday, you know. Yes.
Vipul is not coming.
Where did he go? Did he disappear on us?
I don't know. Can you see him? Because like I was just prepared for the. Actually, I was not prepared for the presentation. I found photos. I throw it in. I was discussing with Justin from 2 days, like how I'm going to present. I wanted to present, but should I do it on Prezi? Should I do it on PowerPoint? What kind of presentation I'm going to go, and like I just came today 3 p.m. I got the idea that okay, I'll do this kind of thing. So for the seed grant, apart from this, what do you think can be a next step for Credence right now? I have built a good base. I want to go further, use my services. I'll get some time after this maybe.
Have you gotten any offers from like any larger companies that want to buy you out?
Actually, one of my uncle's company wanted to buy me out. No, like they just wanted to, because I was going away and they said like they wanted to get out. And they offered me a deal, but I didn't go for it.
Right. So, I mean, like, it seems like what you've done so far, you have like all these different components of your business and you want to keep doing more. At the same time, you want to you feel, like you said, like you're sort of down about not putting that much time into it. And have you considered just like maybe selling it or handing it off to somebody and then moving on to something?
No, there are two things now. See, I like to do new things. Right. When I was doing, if I went to SMS, if I went to live streaming, I was working on that. But I made sure that if I'm moving to that, this is not going away or like it is not giving a poor quality. I made it sure I kept people who can. Now when I came here, I would have just given the company to someone to handle. I sit at night because India and US is in completely different time zone, and I monitor the operations at night. What is going on, what's not, like only the main things. I have office managers who report. I have done a reporting structure. So you have to also see that you maintain that, because then the business will go down and the name will also fall apart. I'll lose my image in market, so I can't do that. If I have started Credence Corporation and if I'll close it one day, but I'll never sell it.
Do you think there's something you call a genius leader, and it's a type of person that the business only runs if they're in charge of it? Do you consider yourself, do you consider Credence Corporation that type of business?
It happened. In 1 year, I had a turnover of 100,000. When I came here, now there is no innovation. And you know about IT industry because you're in IT industry, like every day it is changing. And if you cannot update yourself and provide new services, like then you cannot charge that much for them. And in India, the inflation rate is going up by 10%. every year. So I had to give hike to each and every one in 6 months, all my employees. So if you see, my profit is squeezing down, but still I'm trying to maintain it. The bulk SMS service, because now government has imposed so many rules on it, the bulk SMS is going away. So I'm facing all these problems right now. But still I think like, okay, if not in India, how I can have maximum international projects and cover that thing. And 9 months doing part-time or like doing whatever time I got, we got a business of $25,000 to $30,000. So if I give some more time, I think we can do much better. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. I think it sounds like you are in that group though. It's that the company will fail without your existence.
I had given the power of attorney to one of my friend who was with me in my very good time also and very bad time also. And if I want to do something like future also, he will be with me, and that's what I want. I want people, good people with me, and then I can trust him blind.